Did you know the decision to move into a care home is one that many older adults quietly regret, but few ever talk about? I didn't think I'd be one of them. Not me. I was practical and level-headed. I made my choice with care and consideration. I told myself and everyone else that it was for the best, that this would be a new chapter, safer, simpler, more secure. But if I'm honest, I didn't fully understand what I was trading for that sense of safety. And now, at 83, if I could rewind time and give myself a bit of heartfelt advice, I would. So today I want to speak plainly and gently to anyone facing this decision, whether for yourself or for someone you love. Because what I'm about to share may not be easy to hear, but I wish someone had said it to me. Please, stay with me until the end. This isn't just about regrets. It's about awareness. It's about holding on to your freedom, your identity, and your joy for as long as you possibly can. And before we dive in, let me ask, where are you watching from today? Whether you're in a quiet cottage in Devon or a busy flat in Manchester, I'd truly love to know. Drop it in the comments. I read everyone. Now, let me tell you what no one told me. When I first stepped into the care home, I remember the smell. Clean, clinical, like bleach mixed with boiled vegetables. The staff were kind, the rooms were tidy, and my children looked relieved. They truly believed they were doing the right thing. And in a way, so did I. But almost immediately, something felt different. Not in the air, but in me. At home, I'd had my own rhythm. Tea at 7:30, toast slightly burnt the way I liked it, a walk to the post box every afternoon, rain or shine. I had small rituals, radio in the kitchen, slippers by the door, my garden that I fussed over too much. But once I moved, all of that vanished in a day. No one tells you how quickly your life becomes someone else's schedule. Breakfast at 8, no earlier, pills at 9. A nurse knocks on your door even when you just want 5 more minutes. And while it's all done with care, something inside begins to shrink. At first, it's just your routine. Then it's your preferences. Then, before you know it, it's your voice. I remember sitting in the communal lounge my second week, surrounded by others in silence. The telly blaring something no one was really watching. I felt invisible. I looked around and thought, so this is it. This is the trade-off. One of the deepest regrets I have is underestimating how much independence means until it was gone. When you live on your own, even if you have carers popping in, you're still in charge. You decide whether to eat beans or biscuits for lunch. You can stay in your dressing gown all morning or go sit by the window with a crossword. But in a care home, your decisions shrink to fit the system. You're helped so much that you start forgetting what it feels like to do things yourself. That loss, little by little, wears you down, not just physically, but emotionally. And for me, it was the beginning of a quiet kind of grief. Not for a person, but for the version of myself I left behind. I also wish someone had warned me just how lonely it can feel, even when you're never alone. Now, I'm not saying family forgets you, but life moves on quickly when you're no longer part of it every day. My son used to ring every evening. Then it was every other evening. Then, when work got busy, it was weekends. And I understand. I truly do. He has his own family, his stress, his world. But the silence between visits grows loud. There's a particular ache in watching your phone sit still all afternoon. It makes you wonder if you become a weight instead of a presence. You start to second guess whether calling them feels like love or obligation. I'm not sharing this for sympathy. I'm sharing it because someone out there might still be able to choose differently. Because even with carers, nurses, and activities coordinators around you, there's a kind of companionship that no institution can replace. Losing your sense of purpose, well, that's another beast entirely. At home, I had things to do, not important things maybe, but they were mine. Making the bed, feeding the birds, and planning what to cook that night. They gave my days a shape, a reason to keep moving. In the care home, I became passive. I didn't have to plan, prepare, or maintain. I just had to show up. But that kind of existence wears you thin. You begin to feel like life is happening around you, not to you. I met a woman named Janet, sharp as a tack, 86 years old. She'd been a librarian, proud of her independence. In her second month, she said something that hit me hard. I don't feel useful anymore. I'm not contributing. I'm just here. That haunted me because I knew exactly what she meant. When your days lack purpose, your spirit starts to drift. And the purpose isn't grand. It's not publishing books or starting businesses. Sometimes it's just knowing your dog needs walking, your neighbor needs a chat, your plants need watering. When those things are gone, it's easy to feel like you are too. One of the cruelest ironies, I moved into the care home to stay healthy, but I declined faster than ever. At home, I moved, stretched, walked, I cleaned, I gardened. That kept me nimble, without even thinking about it. But in the home, everything is done for you. And that sounds lovely until it isn't. Because the less you move, the less you can move. After 3 months, my knees ached more. I got tired faster. I stopped taking the stairs. And once you stop doing something, you forget how. It's not laziness. It's the design. You're protected so much that you stop pushing yourself, and slowly your body responds by slowing down. I've seen friends go from walking on their own to wheelchairs in 6 months, not because of illness, but because of stillness. And no one tells you that comfort can come at the cost of your strength. Then there's privacy and dignity. Two things I didn't know I would miss until they were gone. No one prepares you for the loss of privacy. At home, I had silence. I could cry, sing, change clothes, even talk to myself without anyone knowing. But in a care home, someone is always knocking. Sometimes they don't even knock. You're never truly alone, but somehow you feel more isolated than ever. Even personal things, like using the loo, bathing, and getting dressed, become shared tasks. Necessary, yes, but also deeply humbling, especially when you've spent your whole life doing those things without help. It wears on your sense of self. And if you've ever been a proud person, it's even harder to accept. But the biggest shock of all? Leaving isn't easy. I thought I'd try it for a few months, that I'd keep my house just in case. But the reality is that returning home isn't as simple as packing a bag. Your house, if left unattended, starts to fall apart. Pipes freeze, gardens overgrow, paperwork piles up. Your kids mean well, but they start donating things and making practical changes. The longer you stay away, the harder it becomes to return. After months of minimal activity, your body forgets how to cope with stairs, how to cook a meal, and how to be alone. The longer you stay, the more permanent it feels. And in my case, it became permanent. So why am I telling you all this? Because I care. Because someone watching this right now is at a crossroads. And maybe, just maybe, they need a voice saying, think again, ask more questions, explore every alternative. Maybe there's a way to stay in your home with home carers, family rotations, assistive tech, or part-time help. Maybe there's a balance to strike. And maybe if you fight for it, you can hold on to your life as it is just a bit longer, not because you're stubborn, but because your autonomy matters, your space matters, your you-ness matters. And if you've already made the move, if you're watching this from a care home room you didn't decorate, I want you to know that I see you. You are still you. You still matter, and you still have a purpose. Sometimes it just needs rediscovering. Before you go, I'd love to hear your story. Where are you watching from, and what gives your life meaning today? Whether it's something small or profound, please share it in the comments. It helps others feel less alone. If this story resonated with you, please consider liking this video and subscribing to Gentle Elderly Lessons. It helps us reach more people who need these quiet truths, these honest reflections, and these gentle lessons in living. Thank you for being here. We'll see you in the next one.